What's the fraction problem for your x? Remember, you got your x here. What's the fraction problem? 2/3 plus 1/5. And then you got a minus 4/3 plus a 1/5 fraction problem to do. So let's call this work number 1 and work number 2. You're going to take your time adding those two sets of fractions. So the first one, 2/3 plus 1/5. And again, I always do my setup. Notice this. Notice that I haven't taken any shortcuts, right? That myself, I'm going to go through the process of adding unlike fractions the same way every single time. And I highly recommend for you guys to do that all the time as well. Don't do it differently. Don't cut corners. Okay? For a lot of people, a lot of us, it's about training ourselves to get the right answer, following that process over and over again. Okay? So don't take shortcuts. You can't answer the question as if you looked outside and somebody said, hey, is it raining? And you just looked and go, oh, no. It's going to take time, patience, and following a process. So the process, again, down here, I put my LCM, which is LCM of 3 and 5 is what? 15. You guys notice how I go through this every single time? All the work. Again, 2/3. Again, 1/5. Times. 3 times what is 15? 5. 5 times what is 15? 3. 2 times 5 is? And 1 times 3 is? Notice the answer is 13 over what? 15. And that is reduced. 13's prime. 15 is 3 times 5. Nothing cancels. That's reduced. That's my term that belongs to what? To the x. That's work 1. You guys okay with that? Work 2. Let's see what this is. LCM of 3 and 5 again is what? 15. What do you guys notice that I did here in this problem? See that minus sign? It's still what? Still minus. It's still negative. It's still there. You guys see what I just did? And this is still an addition problem. Okay? Again, 4, 3, 1, 5. If you wanted, I could draw it in black to be consistent. 4, 3, 1, 5. Now, 3 times 5 is 15. Okay. 5 times 3 is what? 15. What's 4 times 5? 1 times 3. These are like fractions. But be careful. What are we adding here? What numbers are we adding? That number here. Don't forget it's negative here. So that's going to be a negative 20. You're right. It's there. Plus 3. What's negative 20 plus 3? Negative 17 over 15. And again, I put that minus sign at the same level of the division sign. And again, notice 17 is prime. 15 is 3 times 5. So that means nothing cancels. So this is a simplified fraction as well. Moral of the story is, let's write it down as your final answer. This number is what? 13 over what? 15. 13 over 15x minus, this is going to be the negative 17 over 15. So let me just write it here, I guess. It's going to be 13 over 15x. Minus 17 over your 15. So this is how adding like terms, the distributive property. Adding fractions that are not like can all come into play in a single problem. Okay, so you have to be efficient with all those processes. Okay, and again, it's still somewhat review, although this problem is probably more of a what? A beginning algebra problem. You might not have seen all those processes here in 112, or did you? Anybody remember? You see any of them in 112? You guys remember? You've seen these in 112. Yeah. But now when they have fractions, okay, you guys don't want to be afraid of fractions.